Welcome to episode 3 of Fixing Stupid. What the fuck? Today, we're going to talk about why are people stupid. Alright, first thing I would suggest is the average amount of TV that we consume is ridiculously high. If you look at the graph here, we're looking at an average between a household or person's 2+. Even if you combine that, we're looking at an average close to 6 hours a day of TV time. Now, what are we watching? Who knows? But I don't think that's healthy for creating an intelligent society. Here we have the average daily media consumed per person worldwide. So this is not just the United States, this is worldwide. And you look at the TV versus the internet. Now you start off watching about 200, if you combine the 188, 148, okay, so that's, roughly 240 or so minutes per day to where we are right now, well over 300. So we are consuming more TV and internet. This is how much time we're spending on our phone. As you can see, the upward trend is just ridiculous. This is the average number of books read per year. This is grades 1 through 12. That's not a good sign. That should be the opposite. Again, average number of books read. It's just going from good to bad. What about ebooks? Most people read books on Kindle, right? Well, turns out not so much, because that is in a downward spiral as well. Now, what could have a correlation to causing people to have issues being smarter than what they are? Well, let's take a look here. Follow me on this one now. This is unwed birth rate. So this is children born to households without a father. And as you can see, that's just terrible. Since the 1960s, the black family has been under complete assault, thanks to the politics of the 1960s with the Great Society, targeting the black families in the inner cities. You have the Hispanics, the whites, and all races combined. So almost a little over 40% of everyone born is born out of wedlock. So here we have the IQ bell curve. Now this is an average, it's not an individual. Obviously you're going to have super intelligent black people that are way smarter than anybody else. And you're going to have super intelligent white people that are smarter than everybody else. Same with the Asians, who actually top the charts here. If you look at it, the average is about 100, but that average has gone down significantly in the last 10 to 20 years. Why? Well, these are more graphs of the bell curve. This is not race. The IQ has been studied for well over 100 years. It is one of the most verifiable scientific studies ever conducted by governments around the world. Usually by military, because they want people who are qualified to join the military who that are able to learn and follow orders, understand what they're doing. There's actually a law that's been in place for a long time. If you have an IQ less than 85, you are not allowed to join the military. They've since lowered that to 80. So their standards have gone down in correlation with the average IQ going down. So, why did I bring up born out of wedlock. Well, here we have SAT scores and family income. Well, if you are a single mother, or in a rare cases a single father, your family income is not going to be as high as if you are a complete family. So you see how this correlates here with, again, the black, Mexican, white, and East Asians topping the charts. Again, because look at the out of wedlock rates for the East Asians. They're not even on this chart. They're actually lower than the white, non-Hispanic population of children born out of wedlock. So you see how that correlates as far as income and SAT scores. Now, if you want to talk about race and IQ, the Asians are the most targeted by prestigious college universities in this country. They tend to make it more difficult for them to be accepted into Harvard and Yale and, you name it. Here we have the region of the continental divide between the rich north and the poor south. So keep in mind this graph right here, this chart. This is very interesting to me because this is violent crime statistics in the United States. And as you can see, a lot of correlation here. So low IQ usually tends to mean lack of employment, lack of resources. Combine that with a fatherless household, chances are you're going to be in more of a survival mode, which would lead you to become more violent because you need to survive. Now let's look at another area here of what could be affecting overall IQ and the lowering of IQ and the dumbing down of America. Well, it turns out glyphosate is a compound found in Roundup, and here we have autism rates for 6-year-olds and glyphosate applied to corn and soy crops. Now these are GMO crops, obviously. Organic, they do not use pesticides, herbicides, and chemicals, and genetically modified, obviously. So it starts around 1993, 1994, and it just skyrockets. This goes to 2010, but I'm telling you, in 2018, 2019, it is ridiculously high. It's about 1 in 33. Compare that to 1990, about 1 in 33,000 children were born with autism. Now it's about 1 in 33, and it's getting worse. It's getting harder and harder to find real organic crops due to cross-pollination, contamination, and whatnot. Now this is diabetes. You have the same trends with genetic modified foods and glyphosate and diabetes. And yes, this is a frightening trend. If I'm going too fast, you can pause this and you can look at these graphs on your own. This is cancer rates and GMO foods. So overall health is being impacted. Now, why does health and income and IQ have anything related? Well, you should be able to put that together. If you're not making that much money, if you're a single mother, you have children, chances are you're not going to the grocery store and buying organic produce and organic cereal, organic milk. So you're going to get whatever you can afford, or you're on welfare, which you're going to stretch your buck on that, I'm sure. Or maybe you're just going to buy yourself a steak, whatever you're going to do, but you're not thinking about health. You're thinking about survival. These are the cancer rates. Now, again, you can see the cancer rates is highly targeted in the Mississippi River area, the Ohio River Valley, heading right on through New England. That's almost a full-on assault on the Bible Belt right there as far as cancer rates. And this is all ages, all races, all ethnicities. This is just people living in this area. It's one of the poorest regions in the country. And in the south part there, the most violent regions in the country. And it's just full-on assault. And here finally is my last graph. fertility rates. People are having less children than ever before. Maybe because they can't afford it. Maybe because, well, it could be a number of reasons. But it's very disheartening to see this. Now, why are people dumb? A whole bunch of reasons, but as I quickly go through these one more time, too much TV, too much media, too much cell phones, not enough reading, and broken homes, and genetic IQ, followed by poverty and crime. So what does this mean? Well, look at this graph. Find out where you live and move to an area that is not crime riddled, like Florida, which you can't see right here, but trust me, it's pretty bad. California, pretty bad. Arizona, New Mexico, pretty much the southern border and the general southern half of the United States. It's very sad, but there's nothing you can do but face the facts. We are becoming dumber as a society because we do not think.